I am at the former Good Time Charlie's in Waterford, Connecticut right now. It's Sunday, April 13th. I'm in the parking lot. I did a full tour. My last video that I shot, I did a full tour of this Good Time Charlie's Copper Keg Saloon, dial tone, right there. I did a full drive from Norwich to this building. It's a recreation of what I used to do. And a walk around the building. Plus a possible look inside. I don't know what that looks like yet, because it was real dark in there. But I figured, you know what, I'm in Waterford. Let's do another drive. I gotta go home, so I may as well record more footage. There's no such thing as having too much video footage of people like me driving around recording history. But right now I'm in Waterford, Connecticut, and I'm going to drive around, work my way back to Norwich, where I live. I am on Boston Post Road at the moment. It is 54 degrees. It is overcast, which I love for recording video. Best lighting, best soft light conditions. I love it. I might drive by your house when you were a kid, and now you live in, Utah. And you go, wow, I haven't seen my house in years. And this guy driving around just drove by my house. If that happens, and it does all the time, I get messages from people all the time telling me this stuff happened. You went right by my school, my elementary school. I'm 85 years old. You went right by my elementary school. I haven't been back to Connecticut since I was, since 1957. These are the kind of messages I get about these videos that I do. I mean, these videos obviously are, again, I've said this, for contemporary people alive now, watching and enjoying the videos for whatever reasons that they enjoy them, and for future generations, 25, 50, 100, 200 years from now. People are going to look at this thing and they're going to go, whoa, this guy's got tons of footage. Tens of thousands of miles recorded driving around eastern Connecticut, among other places, among other locations. I concentrate very, very heavily on Norwich. That's where I live. That's my main interest. I try to cover every single street in town. I think I did that. I have videos where I get out on the ground and walk around. There's other, kind of close-ups and things like that. A little bit more detail in some of those walk-around videos. But I'm still on Boston Post Road. And this is just a drive. I don't have anything specific in mind here. This was, the main focus of today for me was the Norwich to the Good Time Charlie's in Waterford, the former Good Time Charlie's Copper Keg Saloon. That was my goal. Got it done. Now we'll just cruise around a little bit. You know what? Let me take a ride. What is this? Some kind of a little mall. I'm sure, many years ago there was nothing here. Now, all these food market, CVS, drugstore. Again, I can't get crazy. I can't go in a million different directions and cover every conceivable location. What is that? Ocean State Job Lot. Okay, way over there to the left. That big building, you probably saw it in the background, was Ocean State Job Lot. I'm just kind of aimlessly driving around a parking lot right now, folks. Yeah. Aldi's Food Market, very popular, obviously. People coming in and out of there on a Sunday. All right, there's Chipotle. Let me see, M&T Bank. You know, it's all your conventional Gulf gas station across there, Citizens Bank. All your conventional, you know, corporate America type of, you know, we're going to throw up McDonald's and all these things. Okay, now this is family-owned Waterford Pizza Palace right there. They've been there forever. Very good. Everybody loves their pizza. But again, right here, CVS to my right, Subway, all chains. What do we got? Stop and Shop to my left, Amazing Grapes. There's a laundromat up in this other mall. I'm not going to go up there. There used to be a drive-in theater to my left. It was a, you know, they showed regular, conventional, you know, whatever popular movies at the time. I think the left was right about, I mean, it's not, it doesn't exist anymore, but right there. Now, I don't know what's down there. Condos, a bunch of condominiums. Physical therapy, another Dollar General. To my left, Best Way Gas. I'm trying to name some of these businesses, but it's daunting because there's too many. They're just coming at me at a fever pitch. All right, let me pull into this thing here. Big Lots. What is here? Waterfall Palace, Yale New Haven Health, Ace Hardware, Soundcraft Car Stereo, on and on and on and on. Quick look at it. I'm going to turn around real quick, get right out of here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go down here because this used to be a cool thing. You know, right here, let me point over here, I think was Benny's. Everybody loved Benny's. Now it's Big Lots. I don't know if Big Lots is even open. It's hard to tell. It might be. I can't see in the windows there. It looks dark. But anyways, I wanted to swing around over here. This drive is kind of, you know, I have not planned this. It says Shoreline Super Liquors, massive place, and Planet Fitness. That used to be Howland's. Ladies' clothing, you know, lingerie, whatever. It was Howland's. I used to work at Howland's in Norwich. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here. Take a left down here. Some interesting buildings around here. Whoa, is this? I don't know if this is. Yeah, I can get out this way. I'll get back to Howland's in a minute, but right across this, I hope you can see that. I'm going to point this right there. Supreme Pizza, family owned and operated since 1979. I've eaten there many times. It hasn't been lately because I used to be in this area for work and things, but phenomenal pizza. They've been in business since 79. That tells you all you need to know. If their longevity is that many decades and they're still booming, okay, people love their food, those guys are doing something right, and they've been doing something right for a long time. I love that pizza. They get real good grinders down there too. I'm on Bank Street right now. All of a sudden, boom, I'm on Bank Street in New London. Let's see here. You know what I'm going to do? Let me think. Good, I got a red light. Gives me time to think. I'm on Bank. Yeah, let me cover just a couple things. New London is very interesting. Okay, back to Howland's. Yeah, I used to work at Howland's in Norwich. It was in the Norwich Town Mall. I never applied for the job. The job was basically handed to me. One day I went to Norwich Tech in Norwich, Connecticut, East Great Plains. Norwich Regional Vocational Technical School was the name of that school. And I went to high school there. One day, I get a message, or a teacher tells me, or what, I forget the exact form of communication, but I was summoned to the guidance counselor's office. I'm like, that's interesting. Why? What is going on here? This kind of doesn't make any sense. I walk in, I sit down, real nice guy. I won't name him, but he was a real nice guy. I sit down and he says, Tom, I got you a job. And I'm thinking, why? But I listened and he said, Howland's in the Norwich Town Mall needs a general handyman worker type of guy that can jack of all trades, situation. That's the job. They tell you do this, do that, fix this, fix that. That's the whole job. By the way, I'm taking a right onto Ocean Avenue right now because I'm here in New London. So right now I'm on Ocean Avenue. Anyways, so I kind of, I didn't have much of a choice. I guess I could have said, no, I'm not doing it or whatever. I don't want the job. I refuse to do whatever. But I thought, hey, make some money. It's not exactly a high-paying, executive position somewhere. I'm a high school kid. And, minimum wage back then was meager. By the way, Ocean Pizza to my left, legendary place. Another one that's been in business as long as I can remember. Good food. So I took the job. And what was the job? Exactly what the guidance counselor said. Full-blown jack of all trades. 1 minute I'm putting in, water. Grab these giant water cooler. I don't know what they're called. It's a big jug of water you throw on the water cooler. I don't know if it still operates that way, but you basically pull you pull the top off the thing and you lift it up, weighs a ton, and you obviously spill some water all over the place and fix the thing on top of the water cooler, and people are like, oh wow, this is great, we can drink water. That was a thing back then. Did they still exist? Do these water coolers is that still a thing? I don't know. I'm just haven't seen one in a while. But I would do things like that. They would say, Tom, there is a stack of, 8,000 bags, flat, big rectangular pallets with these bags all put in. Those things probably weighed 40 pounds per slab or whatever it was. Tom, I want you to move these, 80 packets from the right to the left or whatever. These were the jobs. These things came out of nowhere. Tom, there's one of the outlets on the floor for one of the mannequins blew a fuse, doesn't work, whatever. Can you fix it? I'd go over. Half the time I didn't know. I was winging it. I didn't have YouTube. Back you couldn't look things up. It was just like, all right, let me grab a screwdriver and see if I can do something here. I vacuumed the place. I cleaned the place. I unloaded things. You name it. One day I am in my boss tells me there's a big, huge fluorescent light in the ladies' dressing room that's burned out, or it's partially burned out. It's flickering. It's just driving everybody crazy. The women would go in there. They would try on, clothing, bras, whatever it was. Women's, lingerie, whatever it was. So the coast was clear. There was nobody in the dressing room. So I figured, perfect timing. I looked around the store. I said, it's kind of quiet. I don't have to worry about anybody coming in here. This was in the furthest end of the dressing room. I go into the dressing room. There is a big box of supplies in this little closet area that's right next to, it's connected to the dressing room. I open it up, and there is the tube. Big, long, I don't know, 6, 8 feet. These are hard to put in, a single person. So I grab the box. I bring it, 3 feet away, 4 feet away from me is this burnt out light. I'm up on a ladder. Not, this is just like a little step ladder. All of a sudden, in the middle of this, me grabbing this light, I hear a woman come into the dressing room. I'm thinking, all right, she's going to be, this could get a little uncomfortable here. She's going to be in one of these dressing rooms. I'm in here. She doesn't know I'm in here. I should have put a sign out, temporarily, closed or whatever. But I didn't do that. So I'm in there. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm thinking, maybe she left. I didn't hear a single solitary thing. So I grab one of these 8-foot fluorescent lights out of the box. I put the thing up. No problem. I'm happy. I still don't hear anything. I think, okay, she's gone. I'm in here by myself. I get off the step ladder. I step back, hit the box filled with fluorescent bulbs. It hits the ground and explodes, smashes into a million pieces. I hear a scream coming out of the room that I thought the woman was gone, the little dressing room. She was still in there. At the top of her lungs, she screamed as loud as, it was just like a blood-curdling scream. And you know what? I agree with her. She should have screamed. That was a bizarre, exploding glass all over the place. She went running out of the room appropriately. As I'm on Neptune Avenue approaching the Ocean Beach parking lot, by the way. I'm just going to do a quick swing around the Ocean Beach parking lot. But anyway, she ran out of the room. It took me forever to clean up that glass. You ever drop a fluorescent bulb, particles everywhere? This is, we don't use a lot of fluorescence now in the LED era. But if you ever broke one, shards of glass that are almost microscopic everywhere. I cleaned it up. The girls, I was the only male employee. The ladies had initially were shocked, but eventually they had kind of a good laugh out of the situation. And eventually life at Howland's returned to normal. But I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that particular day. It's a kind of a panoramic, sweeping view of Ocean Beach. There's the GAM and the boardwalk off in the distance. This parking lot will accommodate thousands of cars. Back in the old days, the best thing they had down here for my money was the polka-bration. People would come from all over the country, okay? They come from all over New England, definitely. There's the boardwalk and everything, and the ocean out there, whatever. Boardwalk Creamery. I have other, if you like Ocean Beach, on my channel right now there's a bunch of Ocean Beach videos. I'm going to do another one this year. I'm going to get on the ground, walk around the boardwalk. I'll do a virtual boardwalk, full back and forth over the whole thing. A POV, a point of view video of what it's like to walk up and down the boardwalk. But that's one of my better Howland stories. I have others, but that's the best. All right, I'm not going to get down I'm not going to get on Pequot Avenue on purpose. I love Pequot Avenue, obviously. Obviously, I love Pequot Avenue. But I just did it the other day. I have a video of me doing Pequot Avenue. And I have multiple videos of me doing driving up. Pequot Avenue. You know, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll drive straight. I'm freewheeling here, folks. If you're watching it, thank you. I mean, this is an unplanned situation. I did another video today, and I figure I'm not going to waste the drive back. One of my favorite houses right there in front of us. It's brand new. Or it was just built a couple of years ago. Anyways, okay, I'm not going to do the full Pequot. I did it the other day. I can't do it again. It's not that I can't, but I don't feel that it's necessary. I'll take a left. All those houses, it's brand new construction right in front of us. One thing that gets me, see the house on the left, the gray one? That was the first one there. Now the people built a house directly in front of them, completely obliterating the guy's view. I think the right move to make would have been to buy both lots and just keep the one in front of me empty. I mean, I say that. That means you drop another $800,000 just to keep a view. I mean, if people don't necessarily have that kind of money to throw around for those purposes, but it's got to be pretty disappointing to have a view that spectacular. You know, I'm going to turn around. I just spotted a house here that looks off the charts gorgeous, and I just want to point it out to you. There's a lot of off the charts gorgeous houses down here in New London, believe me. But this particular one caught my eye. The gentleman walks his dog to our right. Right over there slightly to the left, right in front of us, that, I don't know, Spanish influences in that architecture. Right to the left, it's on Jerome Road. Maybe Italian. It could be Italian influence. Influenced by, Italian architecture, or, formatted and engineered and drawn up in the either Spanish or Italian. I'm kind of leaning toward Italian right now that I look at the roof, but I don't know for sure. But I'm getting back on Ocean Avenue here for the moment. So we did Pequot in a previous video. We're doing Ocean right now in this freewheel. I'm not even going to know what to name this video. I'll have to come up with, something creative here. I look to the left and right. I know you can't see it. There are mind-blowing houses down here in this on Ocean Avenue in New London. On a lot of streets in New London, okay? I mean, I don't know when they were built, early 1900s in this area, I would say, late 1800s, some of them. Big money built some of them houses back there, guys, okay? I'm talking the equivalent today of somebody worth, $40-50 million. I mean, these things aren't, you don't go to the local bank and say, hey, I want to take out a loan. I'm going to build some giant mansion. I mean, that just doesn't happen. There are some serious homes back there. The closer you get to the water, Long Island Sound back there, the bigger, the nicer, the more impressive the houses are. On Ocean Avenue, heading in the opposite direction of my original approach. as we cruise very peacefully, pleasantly, quietly on this, what I consider to be a perfect day for filming. As I go through a yellow light, I just want that noted. I was very cautious as I went through the yellow light. But I'm in New London. Let's see, Pequot Avenue, Ocean Avenue. I'm trying to think of another recovery room restaurant to my left. Been there forever. Really good. Lawrence Memorial Hospital to the right, ever so slightly to the right. Yeah, now it says Yale New Haven Health, Lawrence and Memorial Hospital. So patients being treated in there right now for a wide variety of ailments and illnesses. It's a windy day, but I'm in a nice comfortable car, driving around. Right now it's 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. I mean, there's a threat of rain. There's definitely a threat of rain, but we haven't got a drop. I haven't seen a single micron molecule come out of that sky today thus far. So that's good news for me, for recording. Because if it starts to rain in the middle of a recording, I got to shut it down. There's a lot of stuff you guys haven't seen that started out good intentions of making a video, and 20 minutes into it, sometimes 5 minutes into it, it was game over. Because of rain. All right. Wayfarer Bicycle, they're still there. Best bike shop anywhere. If you want to buy a bicycle, Wayfarer in New London. They treat their customers like gold. And they've been doing it for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. I have no idea when that business was first established. But it's been a long time. Now, there's a really old thing, Kinsey Jewelers to my right. I would say they're obviously not there now. But what a cool old, I don't know if you can see it to the right there. That's really a neat little jewelry store. Must have been great to go back there in the old days. When I say old days, not that long ago, probably the 60s, 70s. At some point, they went out of business, or they moved. Maybe they relocated to the Crystal Mall, or, whatever. The latest and greatest venue to sell my jewelry or anything. All right, so that was Ocean Avenue. We did a complete Ocean Avenue. We got to do Montauk. I'm going to take a right. I'm going to go up Montauk Avenue. So this is, this video is completely unplanned. I'm kind of glad I ended up deciding to fire it up. I'll go up Montauk all the way to the end. Again, New London, Connecticut, April 13th, 2025. Montauk Avenue. New London has big, wide bike paths. If you like riding bicycles, serious bike riding, this is a real good place to do it, New London. I'm at the corner of Montauk and Willits Avenue right now. I'm going to continue forward on Montauk. as I patiently wait for the red light to turn green. And it did. The second I said green, the word green, it turned green. I'll take it. I got a guy behind me on a little tiny scooter. It looks like a little, I don't know, it's not a Honda, but you know, like one of those little 49cc scooters. My guess is he's probably really cold because, you know, it's 52 degrees right now. And when you move in the open air at a decent rate of speed, it's like a wind chill factor. It drops it way down. By the way, this is L&M Lawrence Memorial Hospital, who are, by the way, affiliated with Yale New Haven Health. I think I said that already, but I'm reading signs, so. Harbor School to my left. It says Harbor School. I don't. Again, that's an older school. Looks like it was built, I'm guessing, in the early, maybe the 1920s. I'll throw that out there. If anybody knows the answer to when Harbor School, the building, was constructed, please let me know. I'm doing full-blown Montauk coverage here. You know, this guy on a scooter could pass me if he wanted to, because that bike lane's wide enough definitely to accommodate. Got to pull in here for a second. Michael's ice cream, shake, sundaes. Michael's Dairy right there. Famous place. Spectacular, off the charts, great ice cream. Anything dairy, there it is. This is just a quick pit stop. I'm not going to shut down and get out of the car and get an ice cream. I'm going to continue on my mission here. But when you're driving down Montauk Avenue and you see a sign that says Michael's Dairy, guys, okay, you pull over. It's just a reflex. You just pull over and you go in there just for a look. Let's finish off this Montauk. We got a little ways to go, not far. I wish I knew all the... Okay, Mitchell College. I was trying to... Good. To back there to the left. It's a beautiful Mitchell College. I'm still on Montauk. I'm not sure. Why do I think Montauk merges with Pequot? I don't know. We'll find out shortly. There used to be a place called Jack's. I don't know, a Jack's Diner, or back there to my right. It was a legendary establishment. I don't know when, you know, it's run maybe from the 60s to the 90s. I don't know. I have no idea. But I remember when I was younger, you know, I would say in the 70s, Jack's was the place to go for good food. All right, yep, I'm right. This is going to put me back out onto Pequot Avenue. Now, I've done Pequot so many times. I'm going to try to turn around. This is a risky move. I'm going to try to turn. I'm going to turn right around, go back up Montauk the other way. Just for a different angle. You know, it's always good to... This way I'll have full coverage of Ocean Avenue and Montauk, both directions. Again, if you feel bad because I just missed Pequot, I got tons of Pequot Avenue videos on my channel as we speak. Do a search, you won't miss it. we'll get a better look at what used to be Jack's. That yellow, I'm going to try to swerve a little bit. See that yellow? Right now it's Ocean Discount Wine and Spirits, and it's also, I think, the Yoke Cafe. I think if I'm reading that right, that used to be Jack's. Was it called Jack's Place? I think it was called Jack's Place. I could be wrong. Correct me, please. When I say I could be wrong, I know for a fact that I'm wrong a lot in these videos, because I have tons of, I'm driving, I got things streaming at me on a second-to-second, moment-to-moment basis, just washing over me. You know, there's a tennis courts to my left, Mitchell College to my right, Jack's Place to my left. I got Michael's there, you know, boom, 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 boom. I couldn't possibly get everything right, let alone know every establishment, especially considering the fact that I'm not a native of New London. I'm a native of Norwich. I know Norwich better than I know New London, which is kind of makes sense considering I grew up there. But I love New London. New London is a great town with a lot to offer and some incredible, beautiful areas to just, you know, go down to Pequot Avenue, go down to Ocean Beach. It's gorgeous down there, among many other areas. But again, we're heading in the opposite direction from which we came moments ago on Montauk Avenue. I will have, when I finish, if it doesn't start raining or the camera doesn't malfunction or, you know, things just go completely haywire, I'll have full coverage of Montauk on Ocean. I'm thrilled. That's great. L&M Hospital, Lawrence and Memorial Hospital to the left. A lot of cars filling the parking lots to the left and to the right. People press the button so they can cross the street. They don't necessarily get part of the guy in front of me. I don't know if he's texting or, I mean, you have a blatant green light and he's not moving. Okay, I kind of don't get that, how that works. He just lets somebody walk rather than proceed. Now, see, personal opinion here. This is just me. Others may disagree. I don't like the idea of letting people go as, oh, I'm going to be real nice. I'm going to let this guy go even though I have a green light. That's just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. I mean, it's a nice gesture, theoretically. I'm letting the person go. I don't agree with any of that. I believe just, I mean, this is not to be a, you know, a killjoy or a buzzkill here. Oh, he's letting somebody go. That's so wonderful. It's not wonderful. At all, in my opinion. It's not mean. It's not, you know, uncouth, impolite. The green light means go. Lucky for me, there wasn't a bunch of cars behind me of people getting out of work from Lawrence Memorial Hospital where somebody decides, hey, I'm going to defy the green light. I'm just going to sit here and let people go, even though they have a don't walk sign. This is done all the time. I'm not into it. If you disagree, I respect that, fine. But I just think it's a recipe for car accidents. It's a recipe for problems. It's my opinion. As we roll down the road, St. Joseph's Church back there, or I'm sorry, St. Joseph, singular, back there to my left. And I'm heading down Montauk. That's gonna pour out onto Bank Street. Again, I've done Bank Street many times before, but I'm gonna do it again just because it's Bank Street. There's no such thing as too much coverage of Bank Street. That's just not a possibility. Shallot's Laundry back there. I don't believe they're open. Okay. We can go right on red in Connecticut. Unless it says no right on red, then you can't. But I'm going to get down Bank Street. I'm going to get on the full length. And just let the Bank Street visuals wash over us as we proceed down the road here. We got a red light. We got a temporary respite where we can look at buildings and study different structures in New London, Connecticut. We're heading into the heart of New London, the beating heart of the city of New London, Connecticut, Bank Street. Bank Street is loaded now with businesses ranging from cafes, restaurants, bars. There's a lot of art dealers, paintings, pottery, whatever, artistic, a lot of creative people in New London, and they like the fine arts, and Bank Street's a place to get out there and look around, do some window shopping and check out the different shops down there. The Hygienic is down there. It's just a very, it's a legendary street. That I believe if you're in the area, you should definitely explore on foot. Get out of your car, park somewhere, get out of your car, walk around. You won't be disappointed. There's little museums down here. A lot of historic value to Bank Street in New London. And I'm going to cruise. Once these lights turn green, there's no more stop signs. They got rid of the stop signs. They got rid of the stop signs on Bank Street. There used to be stop signs. You'd be driving down the road, you'd stop. You'd come to a, red octagonal sign that says stop. They don't have it. Now, I'm cruising real slow here just so we can suck in and absorb and take in the Bank Street experience. This right here is the heart, right here. Right here is the center heart of Bank Street. And I'm barely moving. What am I doing here? Like 11 miles an hour. The Hygienic to my left. I mean, this is just... See? People crossing the street, that's fine. Now, if I was to yield when they were crossing on Bank Street, that would be the proper thing to do. That's state law. All right, there's some guys over here with signs. You know what? Let me go left up State Street. I got a green light. Let's cover some more. I'm going to just get over some more ground here with my camera still fully functioning and not shutting down or getting rained upon. We may as well... There's no such thing as too much footage. I mean, if I put up a 17-hour video, I'd be thrilled. I'm on State Street right now. Another legendary. This used to be Captain's Walk. I'm on legendary State Street. The buildings, the architecture, it's insane. It's stunning. The Guard Art Center. I mean, 1784 courthouse directly in front of us. I mean, this is serious stuff we're talking about here. See, now, no turn on red. That I have a red light. We have the luxury of looking at that beautiful courthouse. But if it didn't say no turn on red, I could go right. Connecticut is very easy to understand laws about how to operate in a motor vehicle while driving. I got guys that are going to cross in front of me. That'll be a good visual. Right there. It's always good to have people in the frame if you can get it when you're doing video and photography, things of that nature. This light's hanging on to that red for a while. Here we go. I'm going to work my way back to Norwich. Right now. Right now I happen to be on Huntington Street. It's 3:21 p.m. and I got to get back to Norwich. I was thinking about doing a little pit stop here and take a look at this landmark there, but I simply do not have time, unfortunately, at the moment. I mean, this is my second video of the day, so I can't justify. I mean, it would take me, I mean, if I get lost down the rabbit hole like I can do sometimes. Hodges Square Shopping Center, by the way, right there, that brick building, very cool. If I get lost down the rabbit hole, I'll be going on for hours and hours. So I just, we're going to drive back to Norwich now. We're going to head right back. I'm on William Street, Hodges Square, New London, Connecticut. And the light just turned green. That's big news for me, because that means I don't have to stop. I can just keep rolling along. United States Coast Guard Academy right in front of you, right there. Those beautiful buildings. By the way, the grounds of the Coast Guard Academy back there. You've never seen more flawless manicured grounds in that facility back there, that government Coast Guard Academy campus. You can go over that thing with a fine-tooth comb. You wouldn't find a single weed. Connecticut College. I'm passing right through Conn College right now. To my left, big sign, Connecticut College. I mean, to the naked eye, those buildings, you know, from this distance, this car that I'm in right now, looking out the window to my left, that is some beautiful construction. I love architecture. I love good architecture. I go down to New Haven, Yale campus, just to look at the architecture. I just walk around. My wife and I would just walk around and we look at the architecture. We take photographs. Get New Haven, you got to get pizza. It's the pizza capital of the world. Modern pizza being one of my favorites. Pepe's Pizza, the original Pepe's. I'm not talking about the offshoot, you know, at Foxwoods or I'm sorry, Mohegan Sun. I'm talking about the original location of Pepe's Pizza in New Haven. The original ovens, you know, incredible. By the way, we're passing into Quaker Hill Village right now. We just passed the threshold into Quaker Hill Village. Modern pizza, Pepe's Pizza. It's just good stuff coming out of New Haven. Sally's Pizza is another one that's been down there for many decades. Zupardi's is another one. That's one of my, you know, I think it's in North Haven, East Haven, or whatever. Zupardi's. Keep that in mind. If you're not familiar with Zupardi's, look it up. I mean, those guys might have the best pizza in that New Haven area. Some people are gonna, you know, flip out for me saying that, just because there's you know, Pepe's, Sally's, you know, Modern, Zupardi's. I mean, there's a war. There's always been a pizza who's the best. I mean, you know, guys, you know, go to the mat over what they consider to be the best pizza in New Haven. We're talking New Haven here. I mean, I've been to all of them several times. I think if I had to choose, I don't know if I could. I think Zupardi's is consistently fantastic. I mean, every bite of every single slice of pizza I've ever had at Zupardi's has been the best I've ever had, period. Modern, on you know, the best I've ever had at Modern. Everything was perfect. It just delivered. The temperature, you know, all aspects of everything were fantastic. Modern has a flavor and a taste. It's arguably the best pizza in the country. Okay? I'm talking about on its best, everything's right, everything, you know, atmospheric conditions, everything that affects dough and all this stuff. Pepe's Pizza in New Haven, the original Pepe's Pizza. Okay? On its best day, again, atmospheric conditions, relative humidity, everything is just perfect for dough rising, for, you know, all the elements of that pizza and that day, and just everything came together, and they put that pizza in front of you. Again, arguably the best in the country. Zupardi's, best in the country. Easily argued. I mean, I don't know if that was, you know, it'd be an extremely difficult argument to lose if you went and said Zupardi's is the best pizza in New Haven. It's that good. I'm in Montville, Connecticut right now, and I am coming off a ramp or a section that's going to put me out onto Interstate 395 north. The Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Nation. There's a sign back there indicating that that's up ahead. 2 casinos up ahead, Foxwoods and the Mohegan Sun. Exit 6 brings you to Uncasville and other areas in Montville. But I'm working my way back to Norwich on a Sunday afternoon at 3:30 p.m. right at the moment. Recording video. Again, some people enjoy the highway portions of these videos. They find it relaxing. I've been told this several times. I thought it would bore people to drive on an interstate highway. A lot of people enjoy it, which, you know, I'm happy to hear that. But I'll run this video until I hit a certain exit. When I get off an exit, that's when I'm going to close up shop. Then I'll go home and start the editing process. Again, I have 2 videos that I made today. This is the second one. The first one was the drive down to Good Time Charlie's. The virtual drive from Norwich, where I used to live, to Waterford and Good Time Charlie's, where it used to be located. Copper Keg Saloon, Dial Tone, September's, a bunch of different names. I did that video. That's in the books. It's on my channel right now. If you want to watch it, fire it up. I do a walk around the building, the whole 9 yards. Get right on the ground. I put the camera in a window. I don't know if it could, I have no idea. I haven't seen the video yet, but it's going to be interesting to see if it picked anything up. As I cruise on this perfect day for filming. Cinematographers will tell you they love overcast days just like this for filming big Hollywood movies. Beautiful, soft, even lighting. No harsh shadows, no harsh direct sunlight. Doesn't work for every single film. Some, you know, you might get a script that has somebody performing one of the scenes in the middle of the day, and it's important to, you know, capture that for that particular film. But in general, people, cinematographers, videographers, have scrap plans for the day because there wasn't a cloud in the sky, and they wanted the kind of lighting that we have right in front of us right now. So we're in Norwich, Connecticut right now. If I took this exit here, exit 11, that would bring me eventually, not too far down the road, to the heart of the city of Norwich, you know, down city. And I have plenty of videos of that. I have so many videos of the city of Norwich, downtown, and you know what? I'm going to continue to make them. It's probably repetitive and, you know, redundant in many cases. I acknowledge that, but my view is there's no such thing as too much video of anything with regards to the kind of videos that I shoot. Pure document the area, just documentation, visual documentation. In most of the cases, in my case, Norwich, the city of Norwich, the surrounding streets in Norwich, wall-to-wall coverage, different seasons, different weather conditions, different. I drive around in the snow, I drive around in the 100-degree middle of the summer, I drive around in fall foliage. 90% of it in Norwich. That's the focus of my documentation. But I got dozens and dozens and dozens of other videos other than Norwich, surrounding areas. Well worth taking a look at. In my humble opinion. I mean, I'm a little biased because I make the video, so yeah, I mean, I'm a little partial to them. I mean, the early days, when I started doing it, you know, the videos weren't as polished. I basically didn't know what I was doing. I mean, but after a while, you get the hang of it. You kind of refine things. I mean, I'm limited by technology. If I could design my own little kind of action camera that they call these things, I would design one with a 1-inch sensor, and you know, I don't want to get too technical on you, but I would have like a really specific needs that would up my game. And plus, the algorithms, YouTube tends to compress the videos a little bit too much for my liking. It diminishes the visual impact. As I get off exit 14 in the Norwich Town section of Norwich, we're coming to the end of the road here, folks. That's the end of the video.